Hello.
What's up, y'all? DJ LV out here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn with Elf of NYC, also known as Macaroni.
What's up? What's up? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
Y'all know I had to find the magic out here, and I certainly did with this one. Known for wandering around and shooting people with love arrows and doing all kinds of magical fairy-like activities around. This one's bringing a magical aspect to New York and beyond with her cosmic vibes. How are you today, Elf Girl?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yes, I'm
Want to
doing
eat some
good.
mushrooms? Does Elf like mushrooms?
Yeah, I'll have a little bit.
Yeah? A little microdose? There you go. Cheers.
Cheers. Nice.
All right, let's go on a cosmic
Alright.
journey together.
There's a little one.
So tell me, what is the origin story of Elf?
Yeah, so I'm an elf from
What-
the number pi.
What is an elf?
An elf, well, there's many different types of elves. There's earth elves.
Hello, beautiful
I'm a
ladies. How y'all
specific-
doing?
Hello, we're doing all right.
So
We're doing
raw.
all right.
Yeah.
Just talking about where elves come from. Yes, and I come from the number pi. Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm underneath it all a mathematician.
You're a spiral.
Yes.
You're a living spiral.
I come from the infinite spiral. The end of the infinite spiral, that's where I'm from.
All right. Where is
Yes.
that? Is that
Not in this
interdimensional?
dimension. Yes.
I see. I guess, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So which dimension is that? The spiral dimension? The pi dimension? How do we get there? How did you get here?
It's so far. You have to go through the seams of the present moment. This is what I can say.
How did you get to Earth?
I got to Earth, again, just through the seams of the present moment. The present moment is eternal. So when you wake up tomorrow, that's an illusion. It is always the same. There is no, even the past is like you're always existing right now, right now, right now. Even the ancient Egyptians had the same now, had that same present moment. And that, it comes from within. I'll put it that way. That's really where I came from. It's not going to be like, oh, I came from Mars or I came from this third dimensional place. Like, it is really existing in the seams of consciousness.
Well, we're so blessed to have you here.
Yeah.
Thank you. What's
very
your
much.
purpose here for us?
My purpose here, I was very drawn to the fact that human society actually emptied. It was like at the beginning of quarantine, I was like, oh my God, what is going on Earth? Normally it is just filled just to the brim with human activity. Now suddenly it's a ghost town, and it's like I, as a mythological creature, for once had space to explore Earth.
Wow.
Yeah,
What?
so
Oh my gosh, that is so cool, y'all.
Yeah, and I decided to stick around. Because the quarantine is kind of let out. I've met more and more humans.
Why? Why did you decide to stick around? I mean, we're so dramatic, and we've got all our problems.
I know you have a terrible
Why do you
reputation.
like it here?
Your
Yeah,
galactic
we do?
reputation, terrible.
Wow.
Oh, humans. Oh, I mean,
who's the coolest?
look at yourselves.
Where are the coolest people in the galaxy at?
Oh, we don't measure the coolest.
Oh,
We
okay.
don't
What's
have
the most
clicks.
lit? What's the most lit intergalactic community? Where would I like to go?
I would say the trees, where the trees are.
Okay. Well, I live in the redwood
really
trees.
lit.
I come from the redwood trees. We've got our own Fae
cute.
community out there.
Nice.
Big shout out to the
Wonderful,
living Fae of Sunset
Yes.
crew. I hope you come to visit our little fairy circle
I
one
would
day.
love to come visit your fairy circle.
Yeah. What is
Yes.
your favorite tree around here?
My favorite tree is in Fort Greene Park, actually.
Okay.
Yes, that is my home.
And
My
what
tree home.
What has that tree taught you? Was that a new friend that you came when you got to this dimension?
Tree home, yeah, that was my first friend when I entered the earthly dimension.
Okay.
Typically, an elf, when you first get here, you look for your tree.
Okay.
Typically, once an elf gets to Earth, the first thing we do is look for our tree.
Okay.
And each elf has a tree.
Was that a hard time finding it? How did you find it?
So hard.
Where did
and
you
then
land?
I found one, and then it got struck by lightning.
Oh,
and then
really?
it fell. Yeah, and then I had to go find a whole other tree.
Do you think
I was
other
wondering.
interdimensional beings came down through the lightning beam and then that's how they got here maybe?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Are you sensing, have you encountered any other dimensional beings,
All
interdimensional
the
beings?
time, all the time.
And did everyone just get here from COVID?
Pretty frequently, yeah, because other people were getting the same idea. It's like,
Okay.
hey, the humans have kind of deserted this place. Let's go check it out. And now we're just trying to mingle with human society. We're just trying to live amongst it and see how that goes.
So, if you're so connected with the trees and everything, you clearly have been told by them that we have been abusing them and we're not being good to them. And what have they told? Have they given you any knowledge or wisdom as to how we can turn that around and fix our relationship with our Creator here on Earth?
Yeah, I would say a deep way to find the tree's forgiveness is to sit with them and open your heart to them.
Okay.
And allow that spiritual umbilical cord between you and the tree, as you know, your life force is your breath. Mm-hmm. And the tree is exhaling oxygen as we're exhaling carbon dioxide and perfectly exchanging this.
Right.
And to just really settle into that connection and that our life force comes from the tree, and listen to that once again. The trees have so much to say and the humans have just not been listening.
Have you had a
eons.
chance to spend any time with any cannabis trees?
Yes, on 420, I got to meet so many cannabis trees.
Yeah.
It's now legal in New York. So,
Yay!
yes, Elf had her first hit on a 12-foot bong.
And did they tell you what they told me? They're here to heal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely healing. Yes, definitely healing. It was great to reconnect. That felt a little bit like home.
Okay.
It felt a little bit like pie.
Is there any cannabis or weed in pie?
Everything that ever existed is in pie.
Okay.
It never ends and it never repeats.
Wow.
So think
So
about
it is
that.
that.
Every date of everything, the code to the internet, everything, once it's broken down to its mathematical formula, exists in pi. It leads to infinity. It leads to the Creator. I just happened to get through a slip hole of it and end up here.
Wow.
It was really just good math.
Right? And New
Yeah.
York of all places.
Yes, I wanted to check it out. It's just like a spiritual vortex here.
Right. It's
Yeah,
like all
that's
of
been
humanity is
waiting
just
to
here.
be awakened. Yeah, so I'm here with a little bit of that mission of just trying to awaken that New York City vortex.
Right? And I think you're doing so a bit through music, right? 'Cause
Yes,
that's a great
using
connector.
music, of
Mhm.
course. That is a great way for elves to speak to humans on a really deep level. You know, my first language is echolocation.
Okay.
Yeah. So I learned English as a second language.
Okay.
You know, and music goes into the vibrations, goes a little bit back into that echolocation, and I can really see the way it bounces off the humans and the way they just really connect and they really understand in a way I can't always explain in English. You know, this language is so small, it's so flat, but music can say a million things.
Right?
in a
And
few
you've
seconds.
manifested as an artist named Macaroni, right?
Yes, as a silly little noodle. Yes,
silly
as
little
I say,
noodle?
all these big things. Yes, it comes out through the tiny noodle in existence. You know, and
Yeah.
well,
And
gotta
you,
use
did
your
you
noodle.
are you making music with other magical people?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, I love collaborating.
Also
with other
elves
magic-
or different kinds? Have you met any unicorns? Fairies?
Unicorns, yes.
Yeah.
I've met unicorns. I have met werewolves. I have met other elves. I met the Christmas elves and North Pole elves.
Yes, I
worked
love
with
those
them over
elves.
Christmas.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I got to know those elves. Yeah, that's a long lost cousin of mine.
Really?
The
How
Santa
they
Claus
doing?
elves. We freed them.
How
from
did they
Santa.
were they affected by COVID or
Yeah. You know what? They were affected by COVID in actually a good way. They were able to stand up to Santa because he couldn't come out because of COVID.
Oh.
So they're like, you know what? We're going to take this business back to ourselves, deliver the presents ourselves. And I was like, you know what, elves? I'm teaming up with you, and I'm going to do that.
Teaming up with elves.
Yes, and so we had a toy drive with the Christmas elves. And we raised,
Awesome.
$1,300. Yeah, we got hundreds of toys to all these shelters. It was great. So next Christmas, I will definitely team up with the Christmas elves again.
Amazing. So what message can I send to my followers? Like how we gonna find our tree and communicate with our tree, spend some time with that energy to heal that relationship, and like what else can we do to bring these vibes that you're bringing to increase and expand these higher vibes that you've brought to us?
Yeah, I think the way is to just get 100% in touch with just yourself and
Okay.
being yourself in every moment, you know. And so many of us subscribe to the way we're supposed to dress or even the way we're supposed to walk or whatever, you know. But it's like, what is that really deep creative soul in every single person, and living that in as many avenues in your life as possible, even if it is, you know, wearing elf ears.
Okay.
You know, and just completely expressing yourself, how can you find that spiritual connection if you are denying your true self?
I completely agree with that. And everybody's out there being grumpy and resentful with each other, and they especially hate
They've
people that
lost
are just
their
living their
creative
lives
torch.
because they want to do that. They want to go out and try the thing they've never tried and do the thing
and
they've
just
never
be
done.
invited to.
Yeah.
You know, so many people
Yeah,
I think
feeling
feel
welcome.
discluded,
Uh-huh.
and that's why they're resentful, or that's why they're bitter. You know, because they didn't chase their dreams, because they didn't. You know, it's like there's a certain level to having empathy to even those grumpy people. It's like, where is even like their platform for them to be their true selves? They don't even allow it when they're alone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Not even being real with themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So go out. So hug a tree.
Hug a
have a
tree.
relationship. Get out and follow
Listen
your
to
heart.
Macaroni on Spotify or Apple Music.
And listen to Macaroni on Spotify or Apple Music. Thanks for taking the time, dude. By the way,
thank you so
for
much.
this, you're bringing the. I want to bring the vibes all the way back to Cali, and this cycle's gonna happen.
Oh, yes,
and the
I'll
trees.
come visit in
Yeah, come
your
play with me in the
fae-
trees.
Yes,
Yeah, so
the
meet the
redwood
fairies,
forest.
the fays, the living
Yes.
fays. They're amazing. Shout out to Melanie Dawn on that one.